This video is on voiceover because I don't have anywhere to film. I'm on a trip actually. I'm sure my 7 subscribers are devastated by this news. Alright, mandatory military service. Some of you lucky bastards may not know what it is, so I'll explain it. Basically, when you get 19, you get a letter or a text message from your government kindly telling you to bring your ass here. Then you go and spend from a few months to a few years learning how to hold a gun, just for you to get murdered in like 3 seconds by a nuke if a war actually breaks out. Now don't get me wrong, when I heard of military service the first time, it did sound bad. I mean, sure, you spend a lot of precious time, but hey, you get to eat and drink for free and meet a lot of new people. It's a unique experience, is what I thought to myself at first. Turns out military service is for a lot of people the worst period of their lives. So what is it? What's so bad about it? Well, the biggest problem is how long it lasts. I know I'm repeating myself, but guys, it can last up to 2 years. That's a lot of time in which you can be attending university or getting experience in a job. Especially when you're at that age, it's when you start building your future. And there the living conditions are horrible. The food isn't 5 stars, obviously. Say goodbye to meat, you'll barely see it, though you will get a lot of bread. Hell, that's all you'll eat. Oh, and if you spend too much time touching yourself and miss the eating hours, there won't be any food left for you. Also, another big issue is obviously abuse. Of course, insults to your family are regularly thrown around. What you're probably thinking now is, dog, I don't wanna do that, I ain't going there. You are going there, because if you don't, the police will show up to your address. They won't force you to do your service. No, come on, that's cruel. They will instead take you to jail. Not even joking, I thought I had it bad in my country, because in here, if you don't do it, you can't work and you can't exit the country. But turns out I was wrong. I guess it's just, instead of a prison room, you're stuck in a country. So it's not so different after all. But the question is military service even useful nowadays? This is strictly my opinion, but dude, come on. We're not in the 19th century anymore. No one actually sends soldiers to fight on the ground. Now all wars go like this. I have bomb. I have bigger bomb. Ah, fuck, I guess I surrender. And if they don't surrender, it goes like this. Don't tell me you actually believe that training is making citizens into military beasts. I am confident that the money that goes into this each year will be much better used in literally anything else. Oh, and don't worry, during that mandatory training you are paid. About half minimum wage, but hey, you're paid, at least you're paid. Now for this bit, I want to tell you a bit about my experience with mandatory military training. Spoiler alert, I haven't actually done it. Yet. When I reached 19, I got the letter we talked about earlier. Problem is, I'm in university. I can't go do my military training. Now, I don't know how it goes in other countries, but in here, when you have university, your training is postponed. So now you may be wondering, if I am in uni, why did I still receive the mail? And that's because our country sends it to each and every single 19-year-old. And when I say all, I mean all, even those that are medically impaired or sick. Even those have to go to a military station to plead their cases. And there you go through a medical examination, they look at your medical history, blah blah blah. So when I went there, I was stressed. I was stressed as hell because I have a few medical conditions that can save me from military service. Why was I stressed out then? Because it all depends on the doctor's mood. You may have literal cancer, and if the doctor is in a bad mood, he will go, nah, you go through it, you're fine, you'll be fine. So naturally, I was worried. I went there at about 8 AM because you have to get there early. Then when my turn came, I showed the doctor my medical history and told her about my medical conditions. She looked at my medical history and told me that I need to do a blood test and a few other things. She told me I can just go home and bring them to her the next time. When I heard her, I was relieved. I thought to myself, oh, she just needs proof I have these medical conditions. When she has the proof, she'll just give me the exemption. I got back home, happy. That the next day I went ahead and did the test she asked for. I even went to a doctor with these tests so he can look at them and say, yes, you have this medical, you have this. I got my things ready and went back to her. Oh, I forgot to mention this, but you have to strip and only stay in underwear when you go to the doctor so they can check if you have any deformities or whatever. Now, here comes the plot twist. The doctor wasn't actually there the first time I went. The woman I spoke to was actually the assistant. But when I went back, the doctor was actually there that time. What does this change? Well, technically nothing. is what I thought as well. When I gave the assistant the medical tests I did, she picked all of them up and went to the doctor. And I heard her tell him this. Oh, this guy came in the last time with this medical condition. I didn't know what to do with him, so I just asked him for more tests. She talked a bit more with the doctor. I couldn't hear what they were saying, I was just too focused. Then I went back to the waiting area and waited for like 5 more hours. It was the most boring wait ever because something else I forgot to mention is that they take our phones at the entrance. Then they called me to tell me that I am not getting the exception certificate. Now look, I've never really been jealous in my life. I'm not saying I'm perfect, alright? But when I look at someone that has something I don't have, I always rationalize it. Oh yeah, he may have this, but he's probably lacking at something else. Or I think, oh, maybe he has this, but he's still not happy. But I have to be honest. In that day, sitting in that room, when they came to distribute the actual exemption certificates, and I just stood there watching, it was a really enviable sight. And what's even more unfortunate is that most of them got it through nepotism. Well, at the end of the day, I still got a postponement. It just means that I'll do it once I stop going to university. But it was still a horrible experience overall. I went there at about 8 in the morning. I got out at 4 in the evening. As I said, they took away our phones. We had to wait in an empty room. And at lunch, they gave us a bit of bread with some cheese. I guess I have to make a part 2 of this video once I actually go to the military training. Anyways, I will see you guys next time. Ciao.
Tung 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 sahur. Anomali mengerikan yang hanya keluar